Mr. Worthy is sure to be back soon. And you can bring tea. Yes, miss. Miss Fairfax, I suppose one of the money-good, elderly women who are associated with Uncle Jack and some of his philanthropic work in London.
Could you hold this?
I don't quite like women who are so I think it is so forward of them. Miss Fairfax. Pray, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew. What a very sweet name. Something tells me you're great friends. I like you already more than I should say. My first impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me so much after we have known each other such a comparatively short time.
I may call you Cecily, may I not?
With pleasure,
And you will always call me Gwendolyn, won't you?
if you wish.
Then it is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so.
Perhaps this might be a favorable opportunity of my mentioning who I am. My father is Lord Bracknell. You have never heard of Papa, I suppose?
I don't think so.
Outside the family circle, Papa, I am glad to say, is entirely unknown. I think that is exactly as it should be. Cecily, Mama, whose views on education are remarkably strict, has brought me up to be extremely short-sighted. So, I'm looking at you through my glasses.
Oh, not at all, Gwendolyn. I am very fond of being looked at.
You are here on a short visit, I suppose?
Oh, no. I live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years resides here also?
Oh, no. I have no mother, nor indeed any relations.
Indeed.
My guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
Yes, I am Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh, it is strange. He never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. I cannot say, however, that the news inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight. I am very fond of you, Cecily. I have liked you ever since I met you. But I am bound to state that now that I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, well, I can't help expressing a wish that you were, well, just a little older than you seem to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly,
Pray, do. I think that whenever one has anything unpleasant to say, one should always be quite candid.
well, to speak with perfect candor, Cecily, I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Ernest has a strong, upright nature. He is the very soul of truth and honor. Disloyalty would be as impossible to him as deception. But even men of the noblest possible moral character are extremely susceptible to the influence of the physical charms of others.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolyn. Did you say Ernest?
Yes?
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother.
I am sorry to say that they have not been on good terms for a long time now.
Ah, that accounts for it. And now that I think of it, I've never heard any man mention his brother. The subject seems distasteful to most men. Cecily, you have lifted a load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. It would have been terrible if any cloud had come over a friendship like ours, would it not? Of course, you are quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I am going to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Dearest Gwendolyn, there is no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Our little county newspaper is sure to chronicle back next week. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My darling Cecily, I'm afraid there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. The announcement Monday Morning Post on Saturday at the latest.
I'm afraid you are under some misconception. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It is certainly very curious, for he proposed to me yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the trade. I am so sorry, dear Cecily, if it is at any disappointment to you, but I'm afraid I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolyn, if it has caused you any mental or physical anguish, but I feel bound to point out that since Ernest proposed to you, he clearly has changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him, and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have gone into, I will never reproach him with it after we are married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous. On an occasion such as this, it becomes more than a moral duty to speak one's mind. It becomes a pleasure.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? This is no time for wearing shallow masks of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I am glad to say that I have never seen a spade. It is clear that our social spheres have been widely different.
Shall I leave the tea here as usual, miss? Yes, as usual.
Are there many interesting walks in the vicinity, Miss Cardew?
Oh, yes, a great many. From the top of one of those hills, quite close, one can see 5 counties.
5 counties? I don't think I should like that. I hate crowds.
I suppose that is why you live in London?
Quite a well-kept garden this is, Miss Cardew.
So glad you like it, Miss Fairfax.
I had no idea there were any flowers in the country.
Oh, flowers are as common here as people are in London.
Personally, I cannot understand how anybody manages to exist in the country. If anybody who is anybody does, country always bores me to death.
Ah, that's what the newspapers are calling agricultural depression, is it not? I, the aristocracy, are suffering very much from it just at present. It is almost an epidemic amongst them, I have been told. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Yes, thank you. Detestable girl, but I require tea. Sugar? No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Hand that to Miss Fairfax. Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen in the best of households nowadays. with bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the gentleness of my disposition and the extraordinary sweetness of my nature. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other woman, there are no lengths which I will not go.
From the moment I saw you, I distrusted you. I felt that you were false and deceitful. I am never deceived in such matters. My first impressions of people are invariably right.
It appears to me, Miss Fairfax, that I am trespassing on your valuable time. No doubt you have many other calls of a similar character in the neighborhood.
Ernest,
Gwendolyn, darling.
a moment. May I ask if you are engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear little Cecily? Of course not. Or to put such an idea into your pretty little head.
Thank you. You may.
I felt there must be some slight error, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whose arm is at present round the waist is my guardian, Mr. John Worthing.
I beg your pardon?
That is Uncle Jack.
Jack? Oh,
Here is Ernest.
My own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To what young lady?
To Gwendolyn, I mean, to Gwendolyn.
Of course not. What could have put such an idea in your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
I felt that there must be some slight error, Miss Cardew. The gentleman who is now embracing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Oh. Are you called Algernon?
Yes, I cannot deny it.
Oh.
Is your name really John?
Oh, I could deny it if I liked. I could deny anything if I liked. But when it certainly is John, and it has been John for years.
A gross deception has been practiced on both